welcome back to Barbie Dolls of the Week. And this week is going to be part 2 of the Friends of Barbie, which is the Charlie's Angels cast of dolls. So last week I showed you mostly the Hasbro dolls, the short, I think they're 8-inch dolls. And I showed you those in various outfits, including, of course, their jumpsuits that they came with, and the vehicles. I showed you a couple vehicles, the van, Charlie's Angels van, and also the Barbie or Skipper car that they were borrowing for the day. So, and then one other thing I showed you was the Kelly from Mattel Kelly, little sister of Barbie, versions of Charlie's Angels. So today, what I'm going to be showing you is the other Mattel dolls that they've put out for Charlie's Angels. And I've got a couple that I've added in that Mattel didn't do. And then I've got a surprise for you at the end. So let's get started. So first of all, I want to show you the Sabrina doll. This is the Kate Jackson Sabrina Duncan doll. And she was done in the, I believe it was the, I didn't look up the dates, but I think it was the early 80s, maybe, when this doll came out. She's out of the box, but, pretty freshly out of the box. So here's this doll. And, last week we talked, by the way, about the haircut or hairstyle of that Sabrina doll that I showed you. And one of my viewers looked at her Sabrina Hasbro doll, and the hair was cut the same way. Because I thought somebody had cut that. It was so strange how it was this length in the front, but in the back the middle was longer. Well, that's how it was on hers too, so I guess that's how it was. I don't know. Now this one, as you can see, has a similar height all along, which is normal. But it is a little long, I think, just slightly, but not too much. I mean, overall, I think this is a nice doll. I don't know if I think the face mold looks like her, because probably, to me, it does slightly. But the other one from Hasbro looked more like her, in my opinion. Now, these dolls have straight arms, as you can see, and they don't bend. Let me take her off the stand. The legs do bend. Okay, and here's the shoes she has on, by the way. These gray high heels. This dress, or I guess it's a skirt actually, this skirt is a little weird if you ask me. I'm not sure why this little weird part is at the bottom, but it's a top part of the skirt, and this is the bottom part, which has got quite a slit, I must say. Now, when you pull that back down, you don't see it, so to me, it's just a very odd skirt. I do like the texture of it. You can see it there. And as far as the top, it's okay. I mean, overall, I'm not a big fan of this outfit. I think overall the doll is okay. I'm just glad they made it, to be honest, but I so wish they would remake. I mean, this was, late 70s or early 80s, so I think we could afford to make a new set of Charlie's Angels dolls at this point. So, yeah, this is Sabrina, or Kate Jackson. Okay, let's put her aside for now and move on to Farrah, or Jill Monroe. I'll take her off the stand, too. And this one, I've definitely showed you this before, because this is a doll Mattel made in the last, 10 years. I'm not sure exactly when. And her forehead's a little greasy, so I'm trying to wipe it here. Now, she is, of course, originally on a body that is posed sitting, or sort of like from the famous swimsuit poster she was on. And, that's one of the best-selling posters of all time. At least back then, I kind of assume maybe still today, because they don't sell as many posters today, I don't think. So, she is, obviously, her head has been put on another body, which took a little doing, but not too hard. I chose this dress for her from an old Barbie Mattel dress. I thought it looked really good on her, and I still do. I like the gold trim because to me it's emblematic of the time. and it fits her very well, as you can see. She's got much more of the Farrah flip, at least on this side, and somewhat on this side, than the doll from Hasbro that I showed you. But again, I don't know what that Hasbro doll, because I don't have my packaged ones with me right now. I don't know what that looked like right out of the package, but I don't think it had much of a flip, as I recall. She's got quite a nice head of hair. I mean, actually more hair than Farrah actually had, I think. I'm looking at an old picture here of Farrah and the cast, or the original three, I mean. And let me just pull that up. I just don't remember her hair ever being quite this thick. And of course, this is a doll, so it's not the same. Well, and of course, it didn't bring that picture up. It brought a picture up from the Charlie's Angels movie with Lucy Liu and Drew Barrymore and Cameron Diaz. So not what I was looking for. So here's a good look at her face. I think this one they did a pretty good job of, a Farrah likeness. I mean, she was known for that big smile. Years ago, she had, before Charlie's Angels, I believe, she did toothpaste commercials, and she's just such a pretty woman. It's so unfortunate she died so young. I still can't believe it. But anyway, this is the Farrah doll, and I think, like I said, it's the only one they've done in fairly recent years, and even if they didn't do another one of these, I just wish they would do the other ones. That would be so nice. And I've put that idea out to some of the Mattel designers that are on Facebook, so I hope one of these days it comes true. That and Golden Girls. Wouldn't it be great to have some Golden Girls dolls? I mean, Barbie-type dolls. Because, I've seen other action figures, and I actually bought the action figures for Christmas that actually I want to show you guys some point. But they're not the same. They're not quite the same, so. Okay, now, this is my Kelly Garrett doll. Now, Mattel, I believe it was Mattel, did a Jacqueline Smith doll, in the 70s, I believe it was, late 70s. But I don't have that doll, so I have made do with another doll that somebody from a Charlie's Angels group had used, and I thought she looked really good. So this is representing Kelly Garrett, or Jacqueline Smith, as I said. And this doll has, actually, if you look closely, and I'm going to try and get you a good view of her eyes. She has one blue eye and one brown eye because of the character that this doll actually played in a James Bond movie. And I don't remember the name of this character, so I'm not going to dwell on that. But, yeah, I think she looks pretty good as Kelly. And I put this dress on her. Obviously, it was a dress from Mattel some few years back in one of those fashion packs for gosh, I can't remember the name right now. But yeah, she to me looked so much like Kelly, even with the two different color eyes. She's got a nice head of hair, as you see, and I think this dress looks pretty good. So when you put the three of them together, let's see them together, you've got the original angels, and Farrah's hair won't stay out of her face, but, it just kind of goes with that. So, yeah, I think these look really good together. Okay, so now, of course, as you know, Farrah left after the first season, which was a mistake, I think. But she did what she thought she wanted to at the time, so be it. So then her younger sister, Chris, came on, and actually Chris stayed the next 4 seasons until the show went off the air. So, of course, that's Cheryl Ladd, and this is the Mattel Cheryl Ladd doll. And you know what? I'm remembering it as Mattel. It could also be her hair is flying away like crazy. It could also be Mego that did some of these. I'm not sure. So Mego or Mattel. This is the Cheryl Ladd. Now, that's another thing is they did these dolls, Kate Jackson and Cheryl Ladd, as themselves, not as their characters. So I'm not exactly sure why that was, but of course, to me, they represent their characters in this situation that I'm talking about right now. So here's a good look at her face. And I think she's got a resemblance. I mean, when you compare to the Hasbro doll, let me grab one of those just a second. He's right here. Oops, and of course I lost a shoe. What do you know? Wouldn't be a video without losing a shoe. So, these are the two. So yeah, I think this one looks a lot better. A lot more realistic, and obviously a lot less pale too. So yeah, that's the two Cheryl Ladds. Put that one down for now, and I just want to make sure you see. Now this dress is, or I guess it's a dress. Yeah, it's, well, no, it's pants with a cape-like thing in the back that could be up top or down below, like I have it. So I'm glad they put her in pants because to me it's more realistic. Just for, the Charlie's Angels character, I mean. And I do like this outfit. I think it's a good color for her. This crisscross is a little strange, but it works. And like I said, this is really neat. I love the different look on this and texture. Not so much, there's a little bit of texture, I mean, not a lot. So yeah, Cheryl Ladd joined the cast and stayed for 4 seasons. So, actually a lot longer time than Farrah Fawcett was on the show. But Farrah Fawcett was so memorable and made such a great impression on fans and a lot of other people that they probably think she stayed longer than she did. And of course, she did make several guest appearances, but not quite the same. So, okay, the last one I'm going to show you as far as dolls today is another one representing a character. So unfortunately, I don't have a doll for Shelley Hack. I keep looking for one that would be a good doll to represent Shelley, and I haven't found it yet. But I do have one for Tanya Roberts' character Julie. So again, let me take her off the stand. So I found this doll in the she was a James Bond doll as well, maybe. And I thought this kind of looked like Tanya Roberts. So I picked this doll to represent her. And I put this old 70s dress on her, which is actually a reproduction, but it is from the 70s. So this is to represent Julie from the 5th season. This is one Sabrina had left. So Sabrina left after 3 seasons, or Kate Jackson, I mean, and Tiffany took over in season 4. That didn't work out, I guess, and then Julie in season 5. So had it gone to season 6, I would have been curious to see if they still had the same 3 angels. And of course, don't forget Bosley was there the whole time. So Bosley was there the whole time. Of course, John Forsythe was there the whole time as Charlie, the voice of Charlie, and Kelly. Who, by the way, Kelly is my favorite of the angels. I would say Kelly is my favorite, and Sabrina and Chris are, right there in second place. So let me give you a closer look at her face. That one hair just won't stay in place. And this is a model muse body, so it's a lot more of a posed body. Okay. Now, by the way, I looked for the extra Hasbro outfits that I know I have somewhere, and I couldn't find them. I only found these two, an extra jumpsuit for Jill, and then I believe this is one of their outfits, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm not sure where the rest of them got to. Now, to finish up today, I want to show you one other thing that I've had for quite a while, and that is this Charlie's Angels lunchbox. Now, it was not mine originally, but I got it much later on eBay. Here's the other sides. You rarely saw the angels with guns on drawings, I believe, but there's one. And here they are. I guess that's at the police academy. Not sure. If so, they should probably be in uniforms, but they're not. So I really like these drawings. And then the last part is them fighting with some of the bad guys. And inside, I got this separately, I believe. So this is one, of course, Farrah had left. We got the hand with the phone on it. And then Kelly, honor Kelly for being the longest angel, serving angel. And then Sabrina, the leader at the time. And Chris, who was just such a cutie, by the way, Cheryl Ladd. And by the way, Cheryl Ladd and Jacqueline Smith are really good friends to this day. I'm not sure what's going on with Kate Jackson. She's kind of isolated and doesn't come out a lot. It doesn't seem like her speak a lot. So I hope she's okay. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this Charlie's Angels Part 2. And again, I've been so glad to always have this for a long time. It's a prized possession, this Charlie's Angels metal lunchbox. They long ago stopped making metal lunchboxes, but this was from Aladdin Industries. And it says 1978 on it. And obviously it's not in perfect shape, but it's in pretty good shape for being that old. Okay, you guys, take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.